What was it like for you to make the decision that I'm going to be open about this, even though I'm someone in the public eye?
Yeah, I think, well, when I got sober for the first time, I wasn't in the public eye. I was very much a broke rapper living in my parents' house. But when even then, like, I was still making music, and amongst my community, I had a name locally, and amongst my community, I had to make the decision, like, how do I address this? I've always been honest in my music up until this point. Do I continue this honesty? It took me a minute to figure it out, and I just am the kind of person that's like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm going to go fully there. So let's be truly transparent about it, because at the end of all of this, it comes back down to service. That's what keeps me sober. It's something that I think probably everyone that struggles with addiction hears about if they go to a meeting or if they go into treatment. It's we get sober so we can pass it on to somebody else. You know, we help ourselves and then we help other people because that helps us. I mean, Lindsay embodies that. She dedicates her life to helping other people. And as much as that is for the community and for the true nature of service, it also helps Lindsay stay sober, I imagine. It helps me stay sober. It gets me out of my own selfish nature of thinking about me. So not only do I make music for the therapeutical aspect of it about recovery, but I also make it to pass along a message that is so much bigger than me. This is about a community of people trying to get better together, and that's how the message is passed on.
So let's say you have a friend who's just gotten out of treatment or just entered into the program of recovery. How would you, how does that person need to be treated? What's the advice for friends and family to how to treat this person upon them beginning their journey?
I think it's important to ask them what they need, because support looks different for everyone. As someone in recovery, for me, it's being available, it's bringing them to 12-step meetings, it's picking up the phone whenever they might need it. But I think, you know, how I can also look at this question is if you know, their friend is still using. If you're what we call a normie, someone that normally uses drugs or alcohol, and your friend gets out of treatment, how do you correspond with this person? And I think that each person is different. I'm around people all the time that drink alcohol. I probably don't want to be in a room full of a bunch of people smoking blunts. It's just not really my thing right now. So for me, in early, but I got put right back into that world right when I got out of treatment for the first time. And it's never been a huge trigger for me to be around that. For some people it is. So it's important to have that conversation, and is this okay? Let's not make this weird. Let's put this out on the table and be honest about it, so us as friends know how to support you to the best of our ability. For me personally, and this is why asking them what they need is important, and that can change. Like what they need on day 3 coming out of treatment might be very different in month 3 or year 3 or whatever. But for me, I want to be treated as a human being. I don't want to be like, ooh, like, you know, we're trying to, you know, have some drinks tonight, but we're not going to invite him. To me, that is alienating. I want to feel a part of it. Now, it is up to me in my own recovery to take care of myself. And do I want, you know, people blowing smoke in my face? Absolutely not. But that can change. And I think that that's an evolving conversation amongst friends. Let's talk about this. Let's keep this out in the open.
Right.
I think that as someone in recovery, it's easy to get a prescription from a doctor. And I completely agree. It's not the patient's responsibility at all to educate the doctor on the medication, but it is my responsibility as an addict in recovery to be honest about my disease. And that is where I've relapsed in the past. Past is that you know, the minute that a doctor is like, oh, you're in pain? Okay, I'm gonna write you this and this and this. All of a sudden, like, my addict mind, I can have years of sobriety, and my addict mind is like, yes, perfect. And there I am 2 days later, like at the drug dealer's house, and I've taken all of the pain medication or whatever medication it is that they've given me. So it's, it's taken me years and years of relapsing to realize, like, okay, if you are going to get this, for one, this goes immediately to someone that you trust that can delegate pain management, because it's not you. The minute that I get any taste of any sort of mind-altering substance, I want more of it. So being honest in the first place, if you can, don't get that medication if you are an addict, because those receptors are just going to pop off. And if you absolutely need it, give it to someone that can help you with management that you trust.
Can I fundamentally agree that my recovery is my responsibility, but part of it is we can't let the medical community off the hook by fundamentally not asking people about their history of substance use, not being familiar with what recovery means, and not doing their due diligence.
I completely agree. I've never been asked by a doctor if I have an issue with addiction, like never.
Wow.
And I've been, from years of actual pain and then actual like bullshit pain where I'm just at the doctor like, I have literally never been asked by a doctor and it can just be that asking that you're like, you know what, I should be honest right now. Because I'm always on the line. I'm like, should I say it? Should I not? Okay, I'm just going to be quiet and leave with a bottle of pills.